welcome back to my channel. My name is Ummi and this is like my third video about the series and the steps about doing medical residency in Turkey. So today I'm gonna come here and answer your questions that you have left in my comment boxes in the two videos, and I'm gonna talk about wages because some of you asked me about wages, and there are people who ask me about doing medical residency in like biochemistry and other fields, and I'm gonna talk about those, and let's get to it. So here I have my tab and I'm gonna check on the comments that have been left before, and I'm gonna tell you the answers of the questions that you have left. And so this is the first video that I've posted. It's called about medical residency. This was the one that was talking about the steps, and down in the comments there was someone who asked about the wages during residency, and some others who said can you please give us more details about the life as medical resident there? Is it worth it? Salary, education, research, and thank you. And the other one was like hello my dear, thank you for this video. I need more details regarding residency in Turkey. Is there any other way I can contact? Okay, so we contacted her. So I'm gonna answer the first questions. The first person asked me was about wages during residency. Are they decent compared to other European countries? So this is the thing, if you know, if you have researched about residency, is that when you are, or if you are doing residency in like western side, the things are totally different when you're doing it in the eastern side, let's say in the Asian side. In my country, mostly people go to like China, Ukraine to do residency, and because these countries, all they need is the money. If you have your money, you can just get into university, get registered to doing let's say a field, let's say a radiology field or any other field, and boom, you are in. But in the western side, all you need is to get into the exams, pass the exams, and get into the field that you want to do. So the difference between the two is that European, you into exams and you work. You're doing residency but you're working, so you get paid. In the eastern side is that you pay and you're studying as a student over there. Maybe you have some fields in the hospital and all other stuff, but you work. You're not working, you're not getting paid. So in Turkey, things are like the western side. So there's an exam just like USMLE, but this is a little bit harder. I'm telling you, this is true, because you have to take the clinical and basic parts at the same day, and on the same day, and they're going to be judged together, and the results of the both clinical and basic parts are the ones that are going to determine your future. About the wages, it's totally different here compared to, let's say, in the US, where the resident is the resident. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, since you've entered the same exam, you're doing the same thing, you get the same salary. But in Turkey it's different. If you're a foreigner, you get very low, I mean half a salary the Turks get. But is it decent? It depends with the city you are in, because not just the city you are in, it also depends with the course you're doing. It also depends with the hospital you're working at. Is it a busy hospital or is it not a busy hospital? Because the money that you're going to get is going to be the salary, the US salary that you're going to. This is small amount, but this doesn't determine all the money that you receive, because the money that you receive also comes from the money that the hospital gets according to the number of patients they receive in that particular time or in that particular month, and the number of night calls or calls that you have done. This is also a determinant to your salary. So if you're doing a basic medical field, basic medical resident, let's say you're doing biochemistry. In biochemistry, you wouldn't have night calls, or if you're doing anatomy, you wouldn't have night calls. So the salary that you're going to get when you're doing anatomy is not going to be the same as the salary that you're going to get when you're doing general surgery, for instance. So the wages as I said, also depends on the city that you are in. If the city is an expensive city, just like a big cities like Istanbul or Ankara, these cities are quite expensive, so the money you're going to get, they're not going to be so much enough. There will be enough, but compared to the life standards. But if you're going to like a small city, actually all the cities in Turkey, they are fully developed, they have everything, but it's just the crowdness and the opportunities that are drawing people toward one city or towards other cities more compared to the others. Another thing is the business of the hospital. If your hospital receives so many patients, you should know that you're going to get a lot of money, because you're going to work your arse out there and you're going to see a lot of patients, and each patient comes with the amount of money. They have insurance system and everything, but each patient has to pay a minimum wage. This is the money that the hospital workers and the doctors and everyone is going to get just because of the number of patients they receive in that particular month. Are they decent compared to European side? No. Because let's say you're doing residency in Germany, you're receiving 5,000 euros, or let's say 3,000 to 4,000 euros. Here you just receive $1,000 or something, or sometimes even less than $1,000. So it's not. But is the education worth it? It is. As I've said, everything in Turkey is in Turkish. You have to learn the language, you have to be able to communicate with the people. The people that so much different compared to other countries. Turkish people, yes, very, very different in everything. So you have to be able to cope with the lifestyle and everything, because you're going to be dealing with the patients, so you have to get to commit yourself fully into it. So I hope I've answered your question about the wages, and someone has asked me about details of this. Is it worth it? If you really want it, because the quality of education is very high, so is it worth it? I'll say yes, it's worth it. About the research, it's also doable. You can research, you can do whatever you want here, because they have number of patients and number of cases they see here, and they have the modalities to like diagnostic modalities, the techniques and everything you can ever imagine. They also have it here, but everything is systematically made in Turkish. So these are the most questions that I've received in my first video, and I'm gonna click on my second video here, and I'm gonna answer the questions that I received in my second video. So someone asked me about doing biochemistry or microbiology. So as I said, if you're going to do a residency in basic medicine, you have to have some other support. The government won't give you any other money except for the salary that you're going to get, which is small amount, because you don't see so much, you don't have so much night calls when you're doing microbiology or when you're doing biochemistry. It's gonna pass very free, you'll have a lot of time, but you won't have a lot of money. That's the problem about it. So, I hope I've answered your questions, and somebody asked about more details. So when you're planning on doing residency in Turkey, this is the first thing that you should know. You have to learn Turkish. So during the time that you're learning Turkish, and Turkish you have to learn it here in Turkey, during the time that you're learning Turkish, you can proceed slowly with other steps, as in learn some words, some medical terms, go to the hospitals, do some observership or something like that, so that you can get yourself familiar to the environment and everything, and you can decide whether you want to proceed or not. So the details is all about that period when you're doing the language course. This is going to help you so much to decide whether you want to stay or you don't want to stay, and you have to be really patient to deal and to live in this country. But everything is amazing, people are friendly and everything, but you have to think twice. Do you have this 1 year time to just study the language or not? Or if you want to go to some other countries, I would advise people to come here, because the development is huge in medicine. It's huge compared to so many European countries. So you will learn a lot, you will get so much experience, and everything. So this is all about this video. I hope you got something from it, you learned something from it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to comment down below. I am a little bit busy right now, but I am trying my best to answer and to give you guys details and to give you information about all of this. I am doing pediatric residency, and yeah, it's going well. So until next time, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and you can share this video to your fellow friends who wish to come here to Turkey. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.